NFL football games are all completely scripted. All bottled water is actually the same. We own Chipotle. Okay. We also have a handful of Papa John's franchises. Aliens exist. We have like 10 of them over at Area 57.
I do. Wait, 57?
We are secretly really good allies of Russia and China, but we all agreed to keep up appearances of being hostile.
Hey, Segovia, back with another video. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we're back. We're back with another quick reaction for you guys. Not gonna talk too much, y'all. We're gonna get right into the reaction, y'all. Quick 30-minute video. Hope you guys are enjoying these shorter videos. Don't worry, hour-long bangers, they'll be back. Friday or Saturday, they'll be back. But I ain't gonna sit here and talk too much, y'all. Let's get into the video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Just like laying there. That's so sick.
Well, that dolphin wants to talk and play.
Come on! Oh. Look at that. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Check this out, fam. Most people don't even have no clue what's about to hit them because everyone thinks a partial eclipse is nothing major, a brief moment where the sun looks a little different. But spiritually, it's a whole different story. This solar eclipse on March 29th is one of the most underestimated energetic shifts to happen. And the truth of it is, bro, nobody is prepared because most people are just going about their lives completely unaware of what's around the corner. Because something about this one is strange. It's not behaving like other eclipses we've seen in the past. Because the energy around this eclipse is unpredictable. And if you don't know what's coming, it can completely catch you off guard. And it's crucial for you to be aware of the effects this eclipse will have on you. Especially if you're spiritually in tune. And if your emotions been flipping like a switch lately, bro. Like you peaceful one moment or you anxious the next. But I want y'all to keep watching because there's one specific reason this is happening to you right now. And I keep telling y'all, bro, this eclipse is not even here yet and it's already affecting us. Because right now, bro, something feels unnatural. Like some moments lately have been stretching out like hours, while others slip through your fingers in an instant. Like you check the clock or something and you're suddenly missing on 20 minutes. Conversations feel like deja vu.
New York City, very interesting place, where they supposedly threw this massive building together in a single year, the Empire State Building. From 1930 to 1931, a 102-story high, 1,250-foot tall skyscraper that was the tallest building in the world until 1970. 12 months or less. We are told this was done. Remember, they have to work through winters. And this story gets extremely interesting and begins to show us how they do this and how these buildings are quickly thrown into the narrative where people didn't even have a chance to verify what was even really going on in the early 1900s, where they're telling us that the Waldorf Astoria was constructed in 1893, and then they demolish it in 1929, making way for the construction of the Empire State Building. So immediately, alarms should be going off in all of our minds. This narrative has just started, and we have already found something massive, where they were knocking down Renaissance Revival style hotels after just 36 years. Now, a side note, I just want to add in my personal opinion at this point, where you can believe whatever you like, but I believe that these buildings, as we've seen in Chicago, were actually constructed somewhere else in New York City, and they were demolished in 1929, but not to be replaced by the Empire State Building. I believe that the Empire State Building was always here. And these construction photos are ridiculous, where they are clearly edited. And they even admit that some of these photos were basically to trick the public when they say that this famous photo of the guys sitting on the beam was arranged as a publicity stunt. All a part of a campaign promoting the skyscraper. Now, this is for the Rockefeller Center, but only 1 year after the Empire State Building. So they were in the business of doctoring photos during this time period, manipulating the public. So this is not a shocking accusation at this point, since we have seen this so many times, especially when the identity of the actual photographer remains unknown. They have a lie on the wall. What else can we find? Remember, they have to get all the men. They need to get everything ready. And then, after all that's done, knock out the tallest building in the world. All completed in 1931. When they start putting this building in the movies, like King Kong, and showing the world that this is the brand new building, where we all know how the industry works at this point. We all know how it goes. We know that it promotes the narrative that it wants to, and it promotes the people that are in the group, and that's fine. They can do that. But it is our job to understand what is going on, and what has been going on for a very long time, where it says, it is the first of many iconic roles the building will play on the silver screen, and among its most important pop culture moments, in my opinion. This is an old world building that they are just throwing right into our timeline, right during the Great Depression, and pretending like it was never there before. This is a magic trick, and I bet you they were laughing the entire time.
Anybody else remember back during 2020 and the COVID thing when they had the arrows in the grocery store? Like, that was supposed to keep us safe. And there was a whole bunch of us who were like, this is the most asinine thing we had ever seen. And we were demonized. We were told that we were killing grandma and that we were awful people. Or when we would go to a restaurant and we would have to wear our masks to our seats, but then we could take them off then because, I don't know, COVID couldn't catch us. The whole thing that we went through, what I don't think people understand, especially on the left, is that there were half of this country was like, what are we doing here? Like, this is absolute bonkers. Bonkers. Yet the rest of you treated us like we were such pieces of shit. And that is what's keeping us divided.
Remember how crazy was that, y'all? 2020. What a crazy year. Masks, checking temperatures before you go somewhere. I never had it go off, but you guys remember Monsters Inc. when a sock touches them or something? Like they're like, I wonder, like, that's so, like, when the alarm would go off, like, oh, he's got temperature, like, would everybody be like, oh, like, that is crazy times, y'all. Lines in the arrows in the floor, and we all followed suit like we're little kids and walked in the straight line, and crazy times, y'all. 2020 was crazy.
Tell you, I am at a 0% belief in the moon landings in 1969. But of course, the question that people always have, two things. First and foremost, how could a lie this big pass? Well, I've answered that for you several times. The bigger they lie, the more likely you are to believe it. In fact, on the way in here, I was having a huge debate with my team about dinosaurs. I was like, man, dinosaurs, it's a weird evolution. A giant meteor came, hits, and suddenly all the dinosaurs were gone. Tell us that pretty much in third grade. They don't really pick it back up. And of course, people are like, what do you mean? Of course, dinosaurs and all the time, they were real. The historians say so, the geologists say so, the scientists say so, there are fossils that say so. Tyrannosaurus rex, they were definitely roaming the earth. Didn't you see Jurassic Park? It even got the media treatment. Whether you believe in vaccines, dinosaurs, COVID, how many times are we going to put our faith in the experts and the historians and the scientists?
These niggas, a lot of these niggas make, like, it's a nigga that clipped my shit. That nigga bought a car, paid his bills, everything.
You hiring?
Off TikTok.
You hiring? We need to start clipping his shit.
I tell ya, that shit's a job. I'm trying to encourage all of them because it's like.
So you not flagging the creators?
No.
So niggas, anybody can post your shit?
Yes.
You fit the music too? You got the shit whitelisted?
I mean, it's, you know how labels be. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing he can control. But y'all, there's people clipping. Most of these things we watch isn't their content, right? They're reacting to somebody else's content, like we do right here. We're reacting to somebody else's content and making a living. Internet, you got a cell phone, y'all. You can work on something on the side, right? From your 9 to 5 or whatever you do. You want to make a little extra money. It's going to take time. It's going to take consistency. What else are you going to do? What else? You know what I mean? So like people will clip this clip right here and it'll get 1 million views. That's the internet, y'all. That's where it's at now.
Been updated that the earthquake that we experienced here in Bangkok was an 8.4 magnitude earthquake. And I don't think people realize how serious that is. And to comment, oh, I'm from California, y'all be fine.
She got a beard?
That might be true, because we're going to be fine no matter what. But to dismiss our experience and for you to have no empathy.
Or am I tripping? Is it a shadow? No.
I don't understand that. However, the city of Bangkok is pretty much shut down. No public transportation.
Don't look shut down.
Grab is available. However, it is long waits and high prices. The BTS, I think I already said, the BTS is not working right now.
Yeah, the buses are.
The buses are working.
But
they're packed.
Yeah.
They're packed. It's people in the street. It's traffic everywhere. And for an 8.4 magnitude earthquake to have happened, I'm cautious of this aftershock. We are not staying in our building tonight. We were able to return back inside to grab what we needed to grab, but I'm not laying my head down in that apartment for a few days, even if that.
I think going back into the apartment, going back into the building and going on our floor and seeing all the cracks in the walls and all the plaster on the ground was terrifying. So even if the building was cleared to go back, not looking like that. I need a full inspection.
You can't inspect the whole building in 2 hours and say, oh, y'all are good. Like, I didn't even trust the elevator, honestly. But we packed the bag and we're headed somewhere else for now. Yeah, y'all keep us in your prayers. And yeah, I hope everybody is safe. I am from Texas. I don't know no earthquakes.
We really in the last days? Check this out.
Saying we're in our last days.
I do believe that.
Is that a year? Is that 100 years?
You know, like when fall is coming, what happens to the leaves outside when fall is coming? They turn brown.
Yep.
They fall off the tree and they wither. We know by what we see happening with the creation, we know that the fall is coming. In the same way, we are not ignorant of the end times because the scripture tells us that there are things that's going to be happening in the end times. And when you see all these things happening, you know that the end is near. Like, for example, the scripture says, in the last days, men will be lovers of money. In the last days, the love of people will grow cold. In the last days, children will be disobedient to parents. In the last days, people will be led astray. In the last days, many fall. So all throughout the New Testament, there are signs of what God told us would happen in the last days. So when I say time is running out, this is not just a slogan I'm saying from the pulpit to make people afraid. I talk like that to open people's eyes. And the only thing that's going to matter is who was with God and who is not.
Remember, I was telling somebody this in the church, one of these churches that I went to. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. And he was like, yeah, but giants, like they were probably talking about like we have giants now in the NBA. And I was like, okay, all right. So y'all think that's how I know that you think I'm stupid. Like, that's how I know. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. So let's go to the next text. Deuteronomy 3, verses 8 to 11, because you can't dispute this. Deuteronomy 3, verses 8 to 11. And we took at that time of the hand of the two kings of the Amorites, the land that was on the side Jordan from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon, which Hermon the Sidonians call Syrian, and the Amorites call it Shinir. All the cities of the plain, and all Gilead, and all Bashan, unto Salcah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnants of giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Don't know why I said iron like that. That's that Maryland that came out. Was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath, or Rabbath, of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. Do you know 8 cubits is 13 feet? The Amorites they said that they were about 32 feet. And you're like, where you get that? I don't get that. Okay, let's keep going.
We start looking at a particular CEO who said in 21, 50% of my incoming pilots will be women or people of color. First of all, that number is impossible. They don't exist. But when you take merit out of it and you start hiring people based on an attribute that has nothing to do with flying airplanes or controlling them, you start moving down a path of incompetence, and it breeds itself all the way down throughout every department in the airline.
I was exposed to mold from 2010 to 2013. Beautiful penthouse in Santa Monica. It was dry in the summer. We moved in, but the whole place had mold infestation, and mold can get in the brain. A lot of the discoveries that I've had in the last decade or so came from my mold poisoning experience. I have a mold guide, getting cognizant on potential mold contamination. I also had 5 smart meters on my living room wall in that apartment at the same time. And back to Klinghart's work, it grows mold 600 times just ambient Wi-Fi.
The time has come for me to address these conspiracies about me. I'm sorry to say, but I am not Robin Williams, folks, man. I see all these damn comments, all these hilarious conspiracy videos, man, and it makes me giggle, but it also breaks my heart. Because Robin Williams is one of the greatest shining lights in our world, and we all miss him a lot, man. And the fact that I could bring a little joy to your life in a similar way means the world to me. But I also got to say, we got to honor Robin Williams' legacy. Don't let it be tainted by anything that I might do or say. Let him stand on his own. Let his family appreciate him on his own. Don't bring me into this, man. I'm sorry. Let me be me. Let me be Pappy, brother. I'm Pappy. I ain't Robin Williams. It's okay. And if you think I was Robin Williams, it's not your fault. My impression was too good. It's not your fault. It's okay. But please, man, let Robin Williams live in peace, man. He was a beautiful man, and let me be me. That's the beauty of it all.
NFL football games are all completely scripted. All bottled water is actually the same. We own Chipotle. We also have a handful of Papa John's franchises. Aliens exist. We have like 10 of them over at Area 57.
I knew. Wait, 57?
We are secretly really good allies of Russia and China, but we all agree to keep up appearances of being hostile. Why? Oil. Doesn't even make sense. And the cure to cancer is just chamomile tea. Wow. Okay. That is a lot to process. To be honest, I really only ran for president so I could know all the secrets of the universe. But now that I do, got what I wanted, I'm just gonna peace out of here. So you don't want to make any orders? Can we make the entire week of Halloween a holiday off from school and work, even if it falls on like a Tuesday?
My man.
Oh, but you can't leave. What? Yeah, no, if you want to leave, these guys are going to follow you around everywhere. Well, yeah, they're Secret Service. All presidents, even former ones, get Secret Service for the rest of your life for protection. Yeah, protection. And make sure he keeps his mouth shut.
Was Disney trying to tell us something?
First of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now that'll be a great advantage, boy.
Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic.
The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
You mean it'll be round someday?
No, it's round now. Man will discover this in centuries to come. And he will also find that the world is merely a tiny speck in the universe.
Universe? You're only confusing the boy. Well, you can't learn history in reverse. It's confusing enough, for heaven's sakes.
All right. Have it your way, Archimedes. You're in charge.
Doctors don't actually save your life. They just extend it for a longer time. Isn't that concerning?
It's an interesting time in the history of the world, but we have a situation with Iran that something's going to happen very soon. Very, very soon. You'll be talking about that pretty soon, I guess. And hopefully we can have a peace deal. I'm not speaking out of strength or weakness. I'm just saying I'd rather see a peace deal than the other. But the other will solve the problem.
Right. I don't know if you guys remember in the earlier video this week, they were dumping diesel fuel out because it's abundant over there in Iran. And I said, that's why we always are in turmoil with them. That's probably why right there, money. I always say it's about the money, y'all. That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. The only reason.
This is like the saying that everybody's heard where
light flashes before
your light flashes before your eyes. However, and this is where I'm getting goosebumps. On this other side, there's no limitation of time.
They're not in the realm of time.
Correct. I mean, it's hard we can't really wrap our heads around it, but just imagine some kind of way where there's no limitation of time so that you can be presented with your whole life. Yeah. It's like that, but it's also infinite, and the detail. They describe it as not like your whole life, but they describe it as like being presented with holographic images of moments. And in these holographic presentation of moments that stood out in their life, not only do they re-experience it, but the kicker is that you experience these moments, you feel the feelings of all the people that you had an impact on.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
so you see what you're doing on Earth.
You feel it.
Yeah.
You feel everything that you made everybody feel, from the
like
good
like a different level of an empath. Like you're actually
exactly.
Hey, if you like that clip, make sure you come see me live. Man on Water tickets now available.
We're in real life Final Destination. What they are doing is they're creating all this mass panic and fear. They're instilling it to everybody so everyone sits in fear and panic to move anywhere. Remember, everyone was saying that they are getting their passports and they're leaving because everything that's going on. Now, you're not going anywhere because you're too scared to get on a plane. Now, I'm not getting on a plane myself either. So, yes, the tactic is working. There is this such thing as a Final Destination effect. If you've seen any of the Final Destination movies, you know that after you finish watching it, there's something demonic that happens with your brain to where every single step you take, you think you're going to die. You get extreme anxious. Listen, out of all the movies, out of all the scary movies, Final Destination is the scariest movie to me because it translates over to real life. It truly affects your mental. You think every step you take is going to result in your death. That's what it's like a mass hysteria that they're creating that mimics what Final Destination does. Go look at my last video when I explained just the whole Final Destination effect. They're trying to create that with us. It's this crippling fear. It doesn't make you want to move. You just got to sit there and take whatever they're trying to dish out. Whew, it's scary, I'm not gonna lie.
That's a video game, y'all. That ain't real.
While walking home at 3 a.m., someone caught this ghoulish figure on a swing set in a park.
You see out there at night.
How is it swinging all the way around like that? What do you think it is?
Why do people forget that there's an island where people disappeared without a trace? Welcome to Island Sorna. From a drone view, it looks like a lost world. Dense jungle, strange rock formations, and endless ocean all around. It's a small island, only 50 square kilometers with more animals than humans. The strangest part, no one lives here, but people once did. According to old records, a small civilization existed here, but one day, they vanished without explanation. No one knows where they went, or why they left. Even creepier, strange sounds echo through the jungle. Many explorers say they feel like something is watching them. At night, mysterious lights appear over the ocean. Some believe this island is haunted. If you want to explore a place that's mysterious, abandoned, and maybe even haunted, visit Island Sorna, if you dare. But here's the truth. This island doesn't actually exist. Isla Sorna is a fictional island from movies and novels, mainly Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. It may not be real, but its mystery still fascinates many.
You guys think there's one out there like that? With dinosaurs and crazy animals? Lab-grown animals? You gotta keep them somewhere, right? You can't keep them in a cage in a little room, right? You gotta keep them somewhere. I think something like this could exist. Can you imagine you crash landed on something like that? And you're like, holy crap, this stuff is real. They're out here. Can you imagine? Look who's getting off the plane with them, y'all. Is this AI? I mean, I think this would have been breaking news everywhere, all over TikTok. Some good AI, huh? Trump looks lean too. Is that Trump or Biden? A mixture of Trump and Biden. It looks like Trump and Biden. They got me. Wait, am I missing it? I thought when I first got this, that was supposed to be Trump. What am I missing, y'all? His leg? Let me know down below. My slow ass.
Black out your windows. There's this study from Japan, 800 and something adults. They found a 68% increase in depression from the amount of light that comes around curtains in the average city, just from streetlights. So you need to black your room out. So black out your curtains, and if you have to just to try this for a night, put up aluminum foil. Your neighbors will hate you. Then you go through, and this is critically important. Every LED in your room, especially the green, blue, and yellow, you got to put a little piece of electrical tape over them or just unplug them. The True Dark Glasses company makes little dots you can put on them as well. Whatever it is, when you open your eyes, you see nothing. You shouldn't see your alarm clock, nothing. And sleeping in a black room, you won't even believe how you feel in the morning. And since you're already doing that, you might as well turn your thermostat down to 68 degrees, which also signals to your body, oh, it must be nighttime because it's cooler. And that combination, you wake up and you're like a new person.
Oh.
So was that guy trying to sell his sunglasses because I always thought you walk into a dark house, like you gotta open some light, you gotta open some blinds in here, y'all. What y'all like? It's depressing sitting in a dark room. Like I got my windows open. I think that dude was just trying to sell his glasses. What do they eat before they go to bed? Do they eat a big old large pizza and then had some light in? Like, yeah, you're gonna wake up feeling a little off and groggy. Or did they do like a 24-hour fast and then sleep in that dark room and felt it? You know what I mean? People get on podcasts and just be talking a bunch of bull.
Wow.
This is taken by the police officer.
St. Paul boy, 16, dies in car accident. John Bolware, 16, 1485 Sergeant Avenue, St. Paul, died about 7:45 p.m. Thursday when a car he was in hit a tree.
The police are the first on scene when anything like this happens, and that would be when the spirit is freshest, even if it's not intelligent, because that very well could be because high impact car accidents are going to release a lot of energy.
Right.
Could just be the manifestation of it, but that's fascinating.
It's fascinating, and when you go down to the comparison photo,
wow,
it's him.
Yeah, there's no question.
There's no freaking
There's no question.
No, that is absolutely him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I don't know, it's always fascinated me. In my opinion, this is probably the most.
It is absolutely one of the most compelling
one of
ghost
the
pictures
most
out there.
I completely
Mostly because
agree.
you have the comparison, the story behind it is so compelling. It's so strong because that would be the reaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last reaction, the last moment, the anguish, the screaming.
Now, I remember I had a family member a long time ago passed away in a car accident, right? And the lady that he got in the accident with, it was right by his church. You know, grew up going to this church. By the church, she said, I saw a hand come out of the church. And she's like, I thought it was my dad because her dad, I guess, passed away. I don't know. Could have been. I don't know. But out of the church he went to growing up, still, I don't know if they still do to this day, but she said, I saw a hand come out of that church. So, yeah. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Quick one, like I said. You know, we'll be back with the longer videos. But if you guys made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the love you guys have been showing. Next month, we'll be doing that giveaway for the 10,000 subscribers. I know I promised you guys that. We'll be doing that, y'all. So, yeah, we'll be getting into that. But anyways, y'all, this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Later.